we going to an executive session, or are we just going to discuss it here?
Not sure what the benefits of executive session would be at this point anyway.
I would prefer we do this in the open. We have nothing to hide, and it's the outcome is going to be the outcome. I think pending what happens with in Judge Andre's court of what he decides to do, let's just assume for a minute he stays the decision to hold the hearing pending the mediation. I would propose to the board that we do not have counsel to go to mediation, just as we originally talked. The caveat to that will be is what if other actions are filed against the board or the individuals, or what if the stay does not hold? Then I think we should seriously consider whether we should get outside counsel.
Well, I agree. I think that the hiring outside counsel should be a last resort, and only if we get backed into that corner. And I think that, I don't know, file continuances all the time. And I would think the court would grant a continuance if we, felt that we didn't have enough time to brief outside counsel or get them up to speed per se. I hate spending money on these attorneys, taxpayers' money on attorneys.
I will say, no one else was there Wednesday when I showed up to try to contest the temporary restraining order. And the first thing that opposing counsel did was try to get my counsel removed and sort of put me in there on my own, which was not, as an attorney, the most professional conduct I think I've personally witnessed. I was disappointed with that. I would just say that may not be out of the realm of possibilities going forward, and we should be aware of that. So banking on a continuance, I don't know. And I'm summoned to appear on the 28th for a temporary restraining order hearing.
As am I.
As is Chuck and Alan. So the three of us will be there for that. And if for some reason, the judge grants the conflict motion, we don't have a lawyer for that then. Then it's us against Yale Law School. So, and I don't have an Ivy League education either. It's not too great.
That's 8 days, right? You're saying in 8 days?
Correct. Wednesday the 28th.
So do you feel that you would still have enough time if you hired a lawyer today to prepare yourself for such thing in 8 days?
For the temporary restraining order?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But let me just state my personal opinion, just as Chuck has of someone who's being sued here. I don't want to hire a lawyer either. I think it's absurdly ridiculous, as we've all been on the course for free mediation. I think my concerns are that maybe that's not being totally understood by the plaintiffs, as we have a commissioner who's on record in local papers saying that they don't want to pay for free mediation. I didn't understand that. So saving the money by avoiding free mediation and just cutting right to the lawsuit, that made me feel like I don't know what's going on the other end in terms of that. I would still like to pursue the free mediation. I went ahead and greenlit the motion to stay the court proceedings so that we could pursue the free mediation. I think that that's still the way we should go to save taxpayer dollars and do what makes the most sense and collaborate to find a solution.
Well, here's a compromise that we may want to consider. I think the concern we have, Scott, to your question, is do we have enough time to prepare for next week's hearing? And the answer is, what choice do we have, right? Well, we've got to go. I don't want to wait till the night before and then hire a lawyer and try to get him up to speed in what's been going on. So what we could do is we could approve hiring outside counsel and brief him on the scenario, but in the event that it is stayed, We don't exercise any more time. We don't leverage him. We go to the mediation without him. We do everything without using his services. I mean, it's all billable hours, right? Hiring the lawyer and not using them is the least expensive way of getting legal representation. My worry is I don't want to be caught flat-footed again, like we were last week, because it's clear to me, just as Frank has pointed out, the intention was to get us in front of a hearing with no counsel. That appeared to be the intention, because the very first thing their side asked for was removing Jim as our counsel. I'm not comfortable doing that. I think that is not a smart move at all.
Yeah,
We didn't make it. Go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, I'm 100% comfortable going to the temporary restraining order hearing with Jim Flays as the representative. I have no issues with that. He knows what he's doing. The fact that we got the TRO, it was not granted in the first place, and we got a 14-day extension is almost unheard of. He did some fantastic lawyering. I have absolutely no issues with that. My concern is just showing up there and then, having some order that he can't represent us, and then we're sort of just sitting there, at the mercy of what we've already experienced was rather cutthroat.
Well, is there any law firms that you have an idea that you can speak to? And
We have a number of vendors that we would have to review.